G'day folks, and welcome to Great Chesterford Junction Model Railway. This update for July 2021. Well, Sydney's in the midst of a lockdown at the moment, but we won't worry too much about that. More time for modelling. Anyway, what I'm doing this time is I'm going to show you my final release of my 3-link coupling. It's vastly different to other videos you would have seen of my 3-link coupling, although I mean the coupling looks similar, but it's a different approach to making it work. What I'm going to show you is firstly two videos I did demonstrating it for a close circle of friends, bouncing it off them to see what they thought of the actual idea. And at one stage I was thinking about trying to get it commercially made, but I think at this point in time and at this point in my life, I think I'm just going to release the information and you guys can see what you make of it. I will follow this up with another video which will detail how we actually make the coupling and a bit more information about how to fit it to certain locos, etc, etc. There's also conversion wagons involved, there's fitting it to bogies and all that sort of thing to go through, but these two videos initially will give you a really good idea of how it works and what sort of pulling power you can get from just one coupling. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit of what I'm going to put in front of you soon. I'll just move over to these wagons here and I'll show you that. So this was the early sort of model, if you like, developed with the use of a split pin. So we've got this sort of hook here and we've got the chain, and on the other end the opposite wagon there would be a magnet that this would connect up to. I'll show you another one I think I've got here. Yes, this was the part of the original concept. So we've got a little upside down hook here, and there's a magnet underneath that, and of course the chain would swing up underneath that and connect. And you know, it worked pretty well, but it still wasn't 100% for me. What I wanted was a chain at either end, and this one has a chain at either end. And initially I started working on just a dummy chain and to improve the look of it, but both these chains now actually work. So this is how they come together. You've got a series of wagons that will look like this, and hopefully you'll get the idea from the following two videos. I suppose what's not entirely clear in the following two videos is that the coupling that's fitted to the bogies actually swings with the bogie in between the buffers there. So that's what makes all the difference with these longer wagons going around corners. Anyway, let's have a look at these two demo videos, and yeah, I'll come back after that and just update you on what's happening after that. G'day folks, this is Gormo's revision of the 3-link coupling. I've employed a slightly different system to what the original coupling was, and this coupling here is connected to a train of 32 carriages, or sorry, 32 wagons. So there's a whole heap of them here, going way around past the station and up to here. So we're going to see how this goes pulling these wagons. Alright, away we go. We're just about at the limit for the loco, because it's slipping now actually. All the rest of these wagons have tension lock couplings on them, so the wagon at the front with the new coupling is taking all the strain really. So here we go with 11 coaches. This seems to be the absolute limit of it. And you can see she's struggling there. The loco is anyway, not the coupling. What you can do with this coupling is you can raise it up into a vertical position and then back the loco up to it, give it a bit of a thump, and then change direction and the coupling will engage. Now the other thing about this coupling, folks, is that it can be used in conjunction with a tension lock down here, and the coupling can rotate. Just pull it out. It's set up there to hook up to a train with the 3-link coupling system, or we have a tension lock here. If we want to use the tension lock, we simply move the 3-link out of the way like that. Now this wagon has a tension lock at one end and a 3-link coupling at the other end, so that we can do a bit of a demo here. So we will connect up the 3 links. Just make sure everything's on the track there. Now, with our coupling moved to the side on the tension lock on the loco, we can now reverse the loco down to connect to the train. Uncoupling is just done with a simple tool that I've made, and you can do it one of 2 ways. You can do it like that. We'll just push that back up again, or you can fit this little tool over the end of the chain. It sits down between the chain and the magnet, and just give it a bit of a twist and it uncouples. The tension lock only having one hook, we're not having a hook on the loco because it gets in the way a little bit of the chain, so I've just left the hooks off the locos, and I can use this same little tool just to slide the dropper for the tension lock there. So now if we remove this wagon, this van here, if I just want to lift it out, I just simply pull it, and we'll undo the tension lock, and we'll lift that one out of the way. To uncouple it, we'll just use the old tap and go. There we go. If we want to do a bit of automatic coupling, I'll slide the one on the loco to the side, just get it out of the way, put this one up. Yeah, if you don't fancy having that coupling on there like that, folks, you can just simply lift it up and take it off. I'll do that sideways so you can see it. Put it back on. It's on. Take it off. You just grab it and pull it off. Now I've got a system for putting the magnets on so they always go with the same polarity when they're actually going on the wagon. So when they finish up facing each other, they're opposite polarity. So if you move them towards each other, they push each other, or they repel each other away from each other, like so. However, if you go the other way, they would actually draw towards each other. So if you wanted to pull away from a wagon, it wouldn't work so good. You don't have to always make a perfect connection between the couplings and the magnets. All you have to do is just lift it somewhere near the area where it's supposed to be, and when you start pulling the wagon away, it connects. It's quite simple. Same with the other one. If we just move that, it's actually up underneath there at the moment, and as we pull away, it centers itself properly. The couplings on the wagons are fixed. You can't remove them like you can on the loco, and they're made in a slightly different way. However, this, especially once they're painted up, they don't look too bad, like this one here. It's not a great paint job, but yeah, it starts to blend in once you paint them up. Okay, Toto, here's the coupling tool, which is just a bit of plastic on the end of a stick, and that's the uncoupling end of it, which is just a little wedge. And all you have to do is come over to the bring the tool over behind the chain and just lift it up, and it hooks onto the loco like that. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then if you want to uncouple, you just bring the wedge down on between or near the magnet there, on top of the last link, and I've got my finger on top here, and what I'm going to do is give it a little thump, and that's it, done. Simple as that. Now if we use the coupling off the loco instead, just to hook it up there, you can see it actually draws the wagon along, but the thing is that you can see the other chain hanging down here, which looks prototypical, and that's what I like about this system. Either end of the wagon's the same, and it's going to be the same with the locos, so it looks good that way. Yeah, well, this is the wagon, obviously, with the coupling fitted to the bogies, and I think I was wrong to sort of think I could get away without doing that on wagons with bogies. So yeah, it's definitely the way to go. And what we're going to do is connect this up now to another wagon, which is a long wagon, which has bogies, and I've fitted the couplings on that wagon to the bogies as well. So we'll just go over and we'll have a look at that wagon, which is this long Great Western one here, and just butt up to it there, And now I've just got to put my controller down, and then we'll come over to here, and again it's the same system, so I can sort of hook up to either coupling. I've just literally lifted that chain there, and it's not physically right bang smack in the middle of the magnet, it's actually underneath it. But as the train draws away, that end of the chain will find that magnet properly as we pull the train away. So I'll try and hold the camera here with one hand and use the controller with the other. So here we go, just try and show that happening. There we go, you got it. Now what we've got here is 3-link couplings, 3-link couplings, 3-link couplings, 3-link couplings, 3-link coupling on that one, and then I've got a tension lock on this end. So these wagons at the back are tension lock, and I've just put them on there for some weight. But what I can show you is that now if we have this loco pushing, I'm going to put it through an S formation of points, and you can see this is the main problem area here, just here between these two sets of points. It's pushing through there with no problem at all. So the only issue I have to sort out now is the coupling on top of, on the front of, I should say, a tender loco or probably a diesel, where the front end would swing out, and on a diesel it would be the front end, or the back end would swing out more. So I just need to work on that a bit. I'm still not sure about the rotating coupling, but yeah, we'll see. Back the other way. Very little movement. And that's what happens with these other wagons. With the normal four-wheel wagon, you get that same sort of movement with them. So that's why the system works much better on them, because the chain doesn't have to move too much. You don't need too much lateral movement, horizontal movement. Now Tato, you might think, well, you know, I'd like to take that wagon out of that train, so I'm going to do it with one hand. Okay, so I'm not even using the uncoupling tool, so I'll just push it apart there, push it apart there, and lift it out. It's as simple as that. The other thing is the actual appearance of it is not 100% prototypical, but that's exactly the same wagon with, and these are older wagons with tension locks, originally mainline, and you know, you can see the difference there. It's admittedly I've done a little bit of work on this one, apart from changing the couplings. I've sort of painted the bogies and everything, but this could look as good as that, and it means you've got to cut off the tension lock there, and you're left with that little bogie in there, and you've got to fit the wire as I have done, which is, you know, a little bit of a job, but I think it's well worth the effort in the end. Right, well, in the next few days I'll do a video on how to actually make these couplings, and some of the pros and cons with them, We'll also look at converter wagons and that sort of thing, and the way this system needs to be made. Anyway, I'll leave it with you for the moment, and I'll see you again in a few days. Cheers. Gormo.